Here we have the beautiful Farley building, the main post office for New York City for many years. Now, this is built in 1912. It was like the James A. Farley post office, and it's really undergoing a complete transformation right now by Vornado Real Estate. And it's set to become one of the office hubs in New York City. Now, this is a very creative reuse of a building. And originally the building was designed designed for just being a post office, but it's really great the way they're doing this now. And it's about 740,000 square feet of office space that they're gonna make. It's sort of like a horizontal office building. And then 120,000 square feet of curated retail space and a new incredible train hall that they're going to have here in this new location. It's going to be really amazing when you see that. Now, this space is scheduled to be delivered in 2020. That's this year. And it's really like an amazing space on the outside. And it's so central to everything. There's all the subways all around here, and there's Penn Station around here. It's right near Times Square too. You can see here, this is Madison Square Garden, Penn Station. They've really done a great job with the redevelopment of the building. Vornado Real Estate has put in, or is about to put in, almost $1 billion to renovate this entire space. And it's very close to the Hudson Yards project. So it's all being completed on just the right occasion and the right time frame, so that as Hudson Yards becomes more used, so this horizontal office space will become used also. You can see the entrance here to Long Island Railroad. Just incredible seeing this space. And as I said, that's Madison Square Garden right there. Just a beautiful space. Entryway to Amtrak and to all the trains are right there also. And here we have another view of that main post office. Just a little bit further away. You can see the exquisite work they're doing on the post office to make it, as I said earlier, a horizontal office building with a huge amount of extra space. And they're even going to have a open space on the rooftop. Another view of the exquisite work they're doing of the Farley post office. They redid the whole exterior. As I mentioned earlier, they spent about $1 billion to redo this post office, to make it into a horizontal office building. And it's Vornado Real Estate that's the big investor. And you can see in the distance all the new construction going on for the Hudson Yards, which is going to make this location of the Farley Post Office at 33rd and 8th Avenue even more valuable as an office center. And here is just another look at this incredible work they've been doing on the post office. Now, if you look at the windows, they're all brand new. They replaced all the windows, which when you think about it is incredible, because this post office was built in 1912. So they had to pretty much remake the windows and redo everything. But they're doing a fantastic job, and it's Vornado that's doing this. And Steve Roth, who is kind of leading up Vornado, is known as a perfectionist. And I'm sure this was one of his big decisions to go with this post office renovation. It wasn't an easy decision, I'm sure, but just coming off of their huge home run that they made with 220 Central Park South, they had a lot of extra money to put into another development because as you might be following, 220 Central Park South was a condominium, and it took a number of years to put together. But when they're selling all the condos, and they're doing very well at selling them, they have to put the money someplace. And one of the places that they wanted to reinvest the money was in this development here for the Farley post office. You can see here like the windows that are being redone. Fantastic. Just an amazing job that they're doing. Attention to detail. When you watch this happening over the years, you see that's the one key thing that you notice. Extreme attention to detail. That's why this is going to be a magnificent job once it's done. And here we're just taking a closer look at the detail so that the people out there watching this might say, well, you know, I'd like to take a closer look at what's going on to see a little bit more of this idea of exquisite attention to detail. And you can see it with all the new windows. Imagine you put a new window in a house, how much it costs to do that. Now, imagine a commercial job like this where the windows are all custom made and probably have to be made to a very high standard due to the cultural significance of the building and the reason that the public is going to be using this building. So you can imagine how expensive each window is, custom made, and has to be specially made for use in such a commercial development like this. Then you can see all the buildings going up near the post office, which is why this is going to be almost like a city within a city with so much development going on. From 33rd Street and 9th Avenue, this is the view we see of the post office and of that new Vornado development. $1 billion being put into the development. They're going to get all their money back because it's going to be an incredible development. It's going to be kind of like one of those shopping malls. Now, they've done something like this at the Hudson Yards. They've done something like this at 59th Street and 8th Avenue at the Time Warner Building. And downtown, they've done something like this with the Oculus and with the former World Financial Center. Like, pretty much what's going on now, the trend is to create an indoor shopping experience. And that's what the brilliant developers are doing, like Vornado, like the Related Group, like other groups that are out there, and Brookfield Properties. They realize that you have to encourage the people to come for shopping. And that's what this Farley office building, Farley's development is all about, encouraging people to come and to participate. And I think that's the new trend right now, where because you have these, you have big concentrated cities, it makes sense to try to put the developments where the people are. Like here, for example. Very close to everything.
Hopefully soon. Let me know next time you come to Valley.
And then in the distance you can even see Madison Square Garden and Penn Station. And you can see how close it is to the Empire State Building. And that Empire State Building is at 34th Street and 5th Avenue. That's how close all of this is. lights. The exquisite lights that they're putting in there. That is an organization that's really planning to make this a destination for people. As I mentioned before, attention to detail. That's what Vornado is known for. And that's what they're doing here. Like, the lights are an example of that attention to detail. Imagine to remake the lights and to redo everything. Well, really what they're doing is they're redoing things to last for another 10, 20, 30, 40 years. So an exquisite job they're doing at that too. Another angle of the post office, the Farley building. You can see the crane kind of like to use.
I don't need you. Maybe she wants to do some babysitting on the side too, you know what?
Just amazing when you see the amount of effort put into this building. A lot of money is being put into it, so they're making sure everything is done just right.